Welcome back to Clarity Convos for Wedding Pros podcast. I'm your host, Aislinn, and I'm so excited to be here today with you talking about why wedding professionals need a coach. I'm excited about this episode because I see so often people kind of wondering, like, should I keep doing it on my own? Should I hire the coach? Should I take the course? Should I join the mastermind? And I'm here to answer some of those questions for you today. But I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for your patience during the summertime when I am not in the studio as often recording these episodes. I'm still trying to get them out on a bi-weekly basis. I will go back to a more strict schedule in the fall, but right now with all of the fun travel we've had going into the mountains and just all of the fun things that I have going on, I have not been able to sit down and record these podcast episodes on a weekly basis. So before we get into today's episode, I want to talk about something that we've been discussing within my signature course, Success Accelerator program. So we've been having some really amazing conversations, really deep conversations around how we show up for ourselves. And how do we show up for ourselves even when wedding day is chaotic? How do we show up for ourselves even when a wedding inquiry is trying to circumvent your process? How are we showing up for ourselves in those moments? And even if in the past it's looked different, how are we going to show up for ourselves in the future? And this really beautiful conversation keeps coming up around holding standards for ourselves no matter what. So holding a standard of, this is how I show up every single wedding, no matter what they've paid me, no matter if people are trying to micromanage the wedding day, doesn't matter because I always show up to my standard on a wedding day. I always produce the level of work that I'm going to produce on a wedding day. I get to be creative no matter what. That is the standard that I'm holding for myself. Another standard that you might hold for yourself is, this is my process for consultations, and someone can ask for something different and I can say no. That's the standard I hold for myself, is that I have an amazing client process and I have an amazing client consultation process. And I'm going to hold the standard of being flexible, but also saying no if it's not going to be in the best interest for myself and the best interest for my clients. So being so freaking solid in who you are and what you do, that these things no longer affect you the way they might have before. They won't throw you for as big of a loop. You get to see life and business through a much more neutral lens this way. Those are the kind of conversations that we have in coaching spaces. You're probably not having those conversations with other vendor friends. You're probably not having conversations like that in Facebook groups you're in. You're probably not having conversations like that in that free accountability group that you've been in for the past however many years. These are deeper conversations that are really going to change the way that you show up for yourself. They're going to change how powerfully you show up for your clients. It's going to become this really magnetic energy around you because of the way that you show up super confidently in your process and in who you are. So sometimes clients hire me and they've never ever worked closely with a coach before, and that's okay. Sometimes clients have been in free accountability groups, and that's okay. Sometimes my clients hire me and they've been in group programs and that's all they've ever done is group programs, and that's okay. And sometimes I have clients who have already worked with coaches one-on-one, and that's okay. All of these get to be okay. It doesn't really matter where you're at. If you've hired someone in the past or you haven't, if you've been in free accountability groups or you haven't, if you've been in group programs or you haven't, doesn't matter. You could still possibly be in a space where having a coach is a really, really helpful space to be. So let's get into some of the reasons why wedding professionals need a coach. So the first reason that a wedding professional might need a coach is because the deepest conversation that you've had recently is, did you see on social media what XYZ did at that wedding, that person, what they did at that wedding? And you want more than that. You want a deeper conversation than that. You want to talk about client experience in a meaningful way. You want to know what it feels like to show up confidently on a wedding day, no matter what is happening around you. You want to have a toolkit of tools so that you can stay grounded within yourself on a wedding day, even on the chaotic days. You're tired of participating and talking about people. You would much rather talk about what you're creating. You would much rather talk about how you're showing up for yourself. You'd much rather talk about how you can make your business more sustainable and profitable. Those are the kind of conversations you want to have One of the reasons why you might want to hire a coach is because you are ready for those conversations to be happening on a daily, weekly, regular basis. You are ready to be having those deeper conversations because you know that your next level is having those conversations. You know that the type of people that you want to work with want those kind of conversations to be regular with them. So this is a beautiful reason why wedding professionals need a coach, is because they're tired of the same conversations over and over and over again, and they're ready for deeper conversations. Another reason why wedding professionals might need a coach is that you all work in a very high stress environment. Believe me, I was a wedding professional for over a decade. I know exactly how chaotic it can be. I know exactly how high stress it can be. I know exactly what it feels like to have so many things thrown at you on a wedding day. I know what it feels like. But what you might not know is that there are tools and exercises that can help you become more grounded, even in chaotic environments. There are things that you can do to create a better mindset on a daily basis that will help you on a wedding day. They're going to help you show up better for yourself. They're going to help you show up better for your clients. They're going to help you show up better for your family, your friends. You could create a better mindset on a daily basis if you worked with a coach, and in turn, you're going to be able to charge more. You're going to be able to be more creative. You're going to be able to create your dream life based on what you want rather than whatever the industry standard is or whatever your peers are saying you should want or whatever your peers are doing. In my signature program, Success Accelerator program, we work on building up your toolkit. It's a toolkit of nervous system regulation tools. It's a toolkit of wealthy mindset practices. It's a toolkit of optimizing your current business. You do not have to do business alone. You could be so supported as you go through the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. You could start to cultivate a mindset of neutrality, a lens of neutrality for your mindset. You could start to cultivate that now. Those people that you see who seem super grounded and their businesses seem super sustainable and they don't really seem to have these huge highs and lows have this toolkit. They may not talk about it, but they have this toolkit because they have a long-term vision. And that's actually another reason why wedding professionals need a coach. You're probably looking at things from a very short-term perspective instead of a long-term perspective. And that's okay. That's okay. That's what you have been doing for now. You get to choose and you get to decide, is that what I want to keep doing? Having a coach who knows you, having a coach who knows your business means that you have someone speaking to the CEO version of you, the long-term vision version of you. I hold my clients to a higher standard. So when they come to me and they've got something big on their minds, I'm going to tell them, you get to feel your feels. I'm not going to invalidate what they're feeling. You get to feel your feels, but I'm also going to remind you of what you're building. I'm going to remind you of what you said you wanted to create. I'm going to remind you of the commitment that you made to yourself when you stepped into a coaching space. I'm going to remind you who the F you are and how powerful you are. So yeah, coaching is not like your free accountability group. It's not. It's not like that Facebook group you're in. It's not like that program you took that was self-paced. It is so much more. You'll know it's time to hire a coach when you're at this crossroads. Things are really good, but you want amazing. That's the time to hire a coach. You're happy, but you know you're capable of more. That's the time to hire a coach. You've tried other education in the wedding industry, but you're ready to be supported as you implement the things. That's when it's time to hire a coach. You know you are available for more. You're available for more abundance. You're available for more wealth. You're available for more happiness. You're available for more time. You're available for more freedom. You're available for more creativity. You're available for more self-expression. And you want to grow in a place that you are celebrated. That's the crossroad I'm talking about. You don't have to hire a coach when things are falling apart and you need somebody to save you. And in fact, if that's the season you're in and you're feeling like, okay, maybe it's time to hire a coach because everything's falling apart, we're probably not a good fit. At that point, we might not be a good fit because I won't save you. I will show you how to save yourself. I will help you help yourself, but I won't come in and save you. What we do together is co-creation. We are creating something together. And when my clients come to me and they hire me from that space of I'm ready to co-create something really incredible and I'm ready to have you by my side as I create it, that is the most beautiful relationship that we could create together. I invite you to apply for my signature program, Success Accelerator program, if this episode really spoke to you. The next round is going to be starting in September of this year. In August, you'll start seeing me on social media talking about it. You'll start seeing me selling it. The spots are limited, and I do have an application-based process because I want to make sure that you are in a space where you are ready to not only invest the money, but also invest the time and invest the energy into the shifts and growth that you're going to have during the program. And if that doesn't sound like a good fit for you and you're like, hey, maybe I'm not ready for that kind of handholding, maybe I'm not ready for that kind of proximity, you can plug in right now to my strategy membership. It's called Clarity Academy membership. And if you are like, I am ready to freaking fly. I already have an amazing business, but I'm ready for so much more. And I'm ready to do some of the manifestation work. I'm ready to do some of the energy work. I'm ready to have super, super deep conversations. I invite you to send me a message about my Q4 mastermind because that could be the space for you. That is the highest level space that I have is my Q4 mastermind. I haven't even launched it yet, you guys, but I'm so excited about it. That is the space for the women who are ready to absolutely shake the industry. So all of these things are in the show notes. You can also find me on Instagram at Aislinn Eileen Coaching and send me a DM them there and connect there. I would love to hear what's been your favorite episode on the podcast so far. What are some of the episodes that you've really, really loved? What are some of the episodes that you would love to see me talk more about that topic? Because it always helps me to know what you guys are finding valuable. I hope you have an absolutely incredible week. I'm so proud of you. I'm cheering you on. I can't wait to see you in one of my coaching containers, wherever it is. I love you. Have a beautiful week.